No, I'm not saying we're losing money, and we're not necessarily going to close the place, but we are under the gun, and the unions need to get on board. Your members know there are lots of people out there that would kill for a job here. They don't want to strike. They don't even come to union meetings. And we know how few of your members showed up last month on Sunday morning.
A lot of your members are my constituents, and I spend a lot of time talking to people in my district, and I just don't hear them saying they're going to follow labor's endorsements. They're independent. You can't tell them how to vote.
I don't have time for this. I already told you engineering's looking into it. That's all I can do. Besides, what's the rush? It's just a few of your members complaining about the chemicals. The rest just want to do their jobs.
You've heard it before, or something like it. The membership doesn't care. They don't come to meetings. They're apathetic. And you know that when you are bargaining with management, or lobbying a legislator, or addressing a workplace hazard, you can easily be dismissed as
a third party,
a special interest,
a small bunch of loudmouths.
And that's what we seem like when we can't prove otherwise. Some observers and wishful thinkers even argue that in today's workplace, workers no longer care about unions and worker solidarity. It's a new world, they say, not like the bad old days when unions were needed. Back then, work life and community life happened in the same neighborhood, and the union hall was just around the corner. Workers believed in solidarity back then, but not today, or so we're told. Today, workers are supposed to see themselves as consumers, property owners, and competitive individuals. Work is separate from their community, and it's a long drive back to the union hall for that Sunday meeting. So not many make it, and not many hear the leadership's reports that we serve the members well in bargaining.
But believe me, your bargaining team has got you the best contract possible in a tough situation.
That we serve them well in lobbying and endorsing candidates.
Independent. And I told her that my members won't vote for candidates who support this bill.
That we serve them well in tackling workplace problems.
And I told management that the union is unhappy with their stalling tactics.
But maybe we can send our message in more effective ways, in more effective places. If the members aren't coming to us at the union hall, we can go to them in the workplace. We can expand our mission beyond the service model to include an organizing model of unionism. We can organize the unionized. Not only represent members, but also mobilize them. Not only administer the contract, but also campaign in the workplace for positive change. Not only collective bargaining at the table, but also collective action that pressures management. Not only lobbying politicians, but also demonstrating our collective will. Not only endorsing community service, but also organizing community action. Doing the things we do, in other words, when we first organize to create a union, we can do to reorganize and recreate a stronger union. What does this kind of organizing model look like? It looks like this. And this. And this. And it depends on this. Communicating one-on-one with members, asking them questions, taking them information, asking them to join demonstrations of solidarity, wear buttons, give their input in surveys, sign petitions, join worksite rallies, and remind the public of our cause. Sometimes, if need be, reminding the boss's neighbors too. It's the same approach that works best when we organize a non-union shop. And we can't organize non-union workers if we only send them third-class mailings and post notices on bulletin boards. We organize non-union workers by talking with them one-on-one or in small groups, listening to them, building confidence in collective action to solve problems, and in our right to educate union members in the workplace. The same need for communication applies in any union workplace, and the same rights protect it. When workers can gather and talk on the job, they can gather and talk union, a right still protected by federal and state labor law. In break areas, cafeterias, parking lots, you can meet and talk with union members. And the supervisor who interferes with that right is subject to legal challenge. So we can take it to the members. That can mean a worksite campaign on any issue, the contract, health and safety, politics, community action, membership recruitment. It can start by taking surveys one-on-one to members in the workplace, asking questions that get the members' attention and their input. We can take them survey results, leaflets describing issues, facts the media ignores, buttons that capture our theme. We can re-register people in the workplace to bring out the vote, or collect petitions on a contract issue, or lead a delegation to management, or collect contributions. And when we've given people small steps they can take in the workplace, more will step out for public demonstrations that show our real numbers.
Which side are you on? One more time! Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
The reason I'm here is to support the Hunger Hurts, the 1932 Hunger March. Also for the homeless, we need more homes.
We need to get a national health care for our old folks, for our retirees, the people on welfare. We need to help and motivate these people inside this country, because everything that we do is politics. The air that we breathe, everything. And we need to start controlling our own destiny.
We can bring more people out for this kind of political rally and community action when we first talk with them inside the workplace. We can also build more support for strike action if we organize on the inside before we take people outside. But sometimes we may decide not to walk out if an especially anti-union boss threatens to replace us. The best way to pressure such a boss may be to stay inside and organize the members for concerted actions, using surveys, buttons, group grievances, and educational flyers to unify the membership, and prepare them for escalating actions to pressure management. Informational picketing at the worksite, the headquarters, or the boss's home. Boycotts of employer events, or swamping management events with a union agenda. Health and safety complaints. Worksite rallies in non-work areas. Work to rule. Leaving your creativity at home until management agrees to a fair contract. And following every quality, safety, and work rule to the letter. No shortcuts. Mass grievances, where a delegation of workers take their collective protest to the supervisor. Overtime avoidance or refusal. And whatever else reminds the boss that your legally protected actions will raise the cost of union busting. All of these tactics require organizing the unionized, giving them the information and confidence they need to act.
By informing the members and maybe adding a personal touch to it, it really does provide them with up-to-date information, and it also provides them with on-the-spot quick information. They've got it quicker now. The response time is quicker than it's ever been before.
This is one of the first times I've found that our membership are very aware of what is going on. Previously we had piecemeal information. This time our members are pretty enthusiastic. There's a lot of support, and they really like this new approach that our union has taken.
The inside, there's a lot of one-on-one handouts, leaflets, surveys, a lot of information, informational flyers, including jokes, current updates on contract negotiations.
Okay. Down the road, what might start to occur if it comes to a point where you got to pressure the company?
Well, it could always come down to a work to the rule. That would probably be the final part of an in-house strategy for us.
Okay.
Well, this is an informational picket, and we're down here to inform the media and our stockholders, which we all are, of company greed and the misuse of our personnel.
For the first time since we began bargaining newspaper contracts, they've hired one of these goon squad, actually two of them, but this Vance International Security, which has been the security force that at the Pittston mine strike and at the Caterpillar strike and so forth, and untold unfair labor practices charges have been filed against them, and we're seriously concerned that they just don't take the union seriously.
Hey, hey, ho, ho, and security's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, and security's got to go.
Well, one of the other strategies is the workers here have decided to develop a work to rule that it has had its limited success on shipping dates and been jamming up the works where the company had to work additional overtime that to get the shipment out. Matter of fact, one time we were at the bargaining table, the management said that they would discipline somebody in the future if they sang in a non-break time. So we know we got to them the first time that they did it.
One of the things that we need to do more and more, and you're seeing happen in more and more of these struggles, is the workers internally, they do petitions, they do mass grievances, they do lunchtime demonstrations, they do demonstrations before work, a whole number of different activities to show the employer that they're really united and they're together and that they want fairness.
We went to each of the people one-on-one. We were during contract negotiations, so there was a big sense of urgency, and the committee, with help, wrote up the survey, and we finished it up, we got it out. We told people, we need this back, we need to know what you're thinking, and we want to use your support. We want to show the company that the members are behind the bargaining committee. We took it out to them, we said we need it right away, and by the next day we went right back. We didn't let it sit around in people's glove boxes and let them take it home. We said we need this back right away, and people came back. A lot of people would come up to the person that gave them to them after having filled it out saying, I want this to be included. And it was very, like I said, it was very well received. The people felt like there was something going on and that they could contribute.
It can only happen when we talk with the members, listen and respond. And we can't always do that with the limited number of officers and union reps we currently use to service the members. Especially if we don't have a steward system, we might have to widen our leadership base. Perhaps by expanding a standing committee for a political action campaign, a health and safety campaign, or a community action campaign. Or maybe it takes a new committee to implement the organizing approach, a solidarity committee that recruits activists who can communicate with fellow union members in their immediate area. These mobilizers or coordinators, committee members or stewards, are the key recruits who can make or break a campaign. They need to be personally recruited by officers who indicate the importance of the role and the specific tasks involved. And they need to be trained in the issues, the rights that protect union organizers, and the communication skills that make them effective. Whether it's contract bargaining, health and safety, political action, or community service, we can mobilize the membership and bring them to a new level of activism if we go to them in the workplace and show them the opportunities and reasons to act.
I think we got to get back to some of the basics, and what the key thing in the labor movement today is get people activated and get them involved. Something like today is great for the workers here at Quaker that see that they've got the support of their brothers and sisters. It's just as good and just as powerful for the workers that we get out to march. They really feel fired up. It shows support to workers who are in struggle. It also fires up your membership who are organized, who are unionized, but they're not really organized. They're not out participating. And if you're going to build if you're going to create change, you're going to build a movement to create change, you got to get people participating, people active.
It takes a special amount of pressure now to make managements realize that unions still have some clout. And when you bargain the usual way, they tend to just try to dictate contracts to you.
People that do their job every day and are dedicated, at least in the power plants, and that's all I can speak from, they don't want special recognition. Every time, if I got promoted, they want to put my picture in Edison Today paper. I said, no way. I just want to be acknowledged that I'm doing my job, I'm doing it properly, and get some respect for what we do on the job. I watched one of your